My name is Marianne, and for me, kindness is holiness. For a lot of people, abuse might have been just with one individual. For me, it's been in and out of my life pretty much from a very young age. I was born with spina bifida. It has caused me to have partial paralysis from the waist down. I had identity problems for myself of knowing who I really was as a person, because the physical disability always seemed to be out front. So I gravitated towards men that had problems, issues. They weren't the same as mine, but that didn't matter. The point was that they also had insecurities, and I could identify with that. So I was comfortable with men who had problems. I had a relationship with a gentleman that was a few years older than me. I met him when I was 17 and he was 21. I went through a number of abusive situations with him. He punched me square in the face once, and I fell down a flight of stairs and had to go to the hospital. I became pregnant, and I remember having an argument with him, and he punched me in the stomach. And I couldn't believe that he could do such a thing, not just to me, but to his unborn child. A few years down the road, I met another young man, and he seemed to be very loving and almost shy when he was sober. But if he had been drinking, he just became, I don't know what other word to use, but psychotic. When I tried to end the relationship, he showed up on my back porch, and he was standing there with an axe in his hand, and I ran out the front door down the street to a friend's house, and I was petrified. I thought, what if he, catches up with me? He can run faster than me. But I did get to her place and hid in her home and phoned the police. And he ended up killing himself. The crazy thing about this whole thing was that I kept wanting to try with the relationship. I wanted to be loved. When he was good, he was really good. So I didn't want to give that up. And I was willing to put myself in harm's way just to feel loved. The individual that I had a past relationship with was in and out of my life constantly. We ended up having a second child, another boy, and getting married. Again, the abuse came. In the midst of his drug abuse, he grabbed an axe and was chasing me around with this axe outside, and threw the axe, and it missed me, and proceeded to throw me to the ground, and he was strangling me, and finally he let go, and I had big red rings around my neck from that. And so I convinced him that he needed to go to a treatment program, and when he left, I had one day off, and I packed my whole house and moved out in one day. At that point, that's when I wasn't willing to risk my life with another man again. Part of me understands now today that although the abuse was directed at me, it really didn't have to do with me. It had to do with their own insecurities, their own upbringings, and their own choices. And so I wanted healing. So I did a lot of homework on myself. At times it was extremely painful. And I had wonderful people that came into my life that were very supporting and were willing to put the time in with me. Little by little, I felt that I was getting freer and freer from this person that I had created in my head, that I thought I was and what I deserved or didn't deserve. I started seeing what I was capable of. And I really was the kind of person that wanted to help others. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. So I've done a lot of volunteer work helping others who are stuck in that place that I was years ago. When I realized that it was okay for me to say no, that I had the freedom to choose whether I was going to do something for someone or not, that's when I reclaimed my voice.
So if you could say or ask something to the perpetrators, what would you say or ask them?
I would want to say to them that they need to get help. And if they would only get help and allow others to come into their lives to support them, they could be set free too.